Even after all this time, I still consider this one of the absolute best gaming headsets you can buy. In fact, in my recent budget to best guide, the Maxwell remained my top recommendation for high-end audio. When we talk about gaming headsets, there's usually a certain connotation: lots of plastic, flashy RGB, and audio that doesn't quite stack up to professional studio headphones. The Maxwell changes that. I often call it the AudeophileGaming headset, because it bridges the gap between competitive gaming gear and high-fidelity music equipment better than anything else on the market. Let's look at the construction. The Maxwell features a solid aluminum headband that feels incredibly durable and flexible. It is built like a brick house. You don't have to worry about this thing snapping if you toss it in a backpack. However, there is a compromise for that durability: weight. This is a heavy headset. Much of that weight comes from the massive 90mm planar magnetic drivers. Unlike the standard dynamic drivers found in 99% of headsets, these use large, flat diaphragms to move air, which results in much faster and more accurate sound. To offset the weight, Audeze used thick plush leatherette ear pads. They do a great job of distributing pressure, making them comfortable for 4 to 5 hour marathons. My only real gripe with the design is the headband adjustment. It uses a suspension strap with specific notches, and moving them is a bit of a dig and pull struggle. But once you find your perfect fit, it stays locked in. One thing I love is the understated look. There's no gaudy branding or distracting RGB lighting here. It's sleek, dark, and sophisticated. Aside from a subtle Audeze logo on the top, it looks like a premium pair of studio headphones. This means you can actually wear them on a video call or in public without looking like you're about to jump into a tournament. The battery life on the Maxwell is honestly insane. It's rated for 80 hours, and in my testing, I charged it once. Used it for an entire week of heavy gaming and music, and still didn't have to plug it back in. It supports USB-C fast charging, so even if you do run low, a quick break will get you back in the game. In terms of connectivity, it's a simple, reliable setup. You have the power button, a volume wheel, and a dedicated game chat mix wheel, which is a lifesaver when your teammates are shouting over the game audio. You also have a tactile mute toggle on the left ear cup that feels very deliberate. You'll never have to guess if your mic is hot or not. Now, let's talk about why you're really here: the sound. Planar magnetic drivers provide a full audio experience that is balanced across the board. The bass, it's punchy and tight. I used the software to boost the low end slightly while tweaking the mids and highs, creating a profile that really makes the headset sing. The bass is powerful, but it never bloats or drowns out the details. The highs, even at high volumes, the treble stays clean. Cheaper headsets tend to get crunchy or distorted when things get loud, but the Maxwell remains crystal clear. I tested these with everything from bass-heavy hip-hop and J-pop to punk rock using lossless audio files. The separation is incredible. You can hear every individual instrument in the mix as if they were physically separated in the room. In a competitive environment like Counter-Strike 2, audio is a weapon. The positional accuracy here is top tier. I could pinpoint exactly where footsteps were coming from around a corner or the distance of a gunshot. I could even hear the faint sound of an enemy reloading, which gave me the tactical edge to make a move. That's the power of those 90mm drivers. They capture the micro details that smaller headsets miss. For more busy audio experiences like Final Fantasy XIV, the Maxwell shines by keeping the chaos organized. When you have spells exploding, battle cries, and a sweeping orchestral soundtrack playing all at once, most headsets turn into a muddy mess. The Maxwell separates those layers, allowing you to appreciate the music without losing the sound of your abilities. The detachable microphone is one of the best in the category. While it won't replace a standalone XLR mic, it's fantastic for console gaming. It features AI noise reduction that is scary good. I tested it by typing on a loud mechanical keyboard while recording in Audacity, and it filtered out the clicks almost entirely while keeping my voice clear. If you're on PS5, the Maxwell fully supports Tempest 3D audio. While I'm usually not a fan of virtual surround sound, the implementation here adds a nice layer of immersion for single-player adventures, though I do recommend turning it off for competitive shooters to keep the audio as true as possible. The Audeze Maxwell is a $300 investment, and I know that's a lot for a gaming headset. However, if you want the closest thing to a studio-grade experience with the convenience of a gaming mic and wireless connectivity, this is the one. It might be a few years old, and the software might feel a little primitive compared to the flashy apps from Razer or SteelSeries, But the Maxwell focuses on what matters: unmatched audio quality and tank-like durability. Don't forget to leave a comment letting us know what tech you want us to review next.